What does it take to make a hip-hop legend spiral into a full-blown panic?
These sensitive ass motherfuckers that just came out of this little, I don't know where they come from, but niggas be getting wild emotional. Niggas be turning into big super pussies when motherfuckers just be trying to have fun.
Speaking of docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things.
So when I walk across the street to the crowd, I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just hold it. So I look, and I see there's a big chain that said flip mode. I look at the chain and I know what flip mode is, so I look up and it's Busta Rhymes.
For Busta Rhymes, the answer is one single documentary. Right now, the iconic rapper is reportedly terrified of 50 Cent's upcoming film about Diddy, and insiders claim he's been making threats to get his name scrubbed from the project.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now.
But threatening 50 Cent is like throwing gasoline on a fire. It's a move that has likely guaranteed him a starring role. So what is the secret Busta is so desperate to protect? The story involves shocking claims from his own inner circle, a pattern of disturbing behavior, and a connection to Diddy he can no longer hide. The first shots in this war were fired on social media, but they were disguised as jokes.
If Busta ever tried to film me, hit you with no delay, so what you saying, yo? Should've with that 9 milli, what the deal, yo? Yeah, I do his better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes' show.
50 Cent, a master of psychological warfare and a social media chess player, began publicly trolling Busta Rhymes just as the heat around the Diddy scandal was starting to intensify. Ahead of a festival they were both set to perform at, 50 posted that infamous picture of Busta in the bizarre mustard yellow alien-like outfit from the 1999 VMAs. He captioned it, "Busta cannot wear this. You better pull up to Shreveport and something fresh." Busta's response was a weak, AI-generated photo of 50 looking odd. On the surface, it was just trolling, but 50's moves are never that simple. He was publicly rattling an opponent's cage, testing his reaction, and sending a warning shot that only those in the know would understand. The real tell, the comment that now looks chilling in hindsight, was when 50 explicitly said that promoters know we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta.
I seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before
Oh, yeah.
in some of your videos.
Oh, yeah. Super Zest Monster, for sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge, though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, we gotta bring some, what they call them, fun boys. They'd say, we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta.
It was a shocking and incredibly specific allegation. This wasn't a generic insult about an outfit. It was a direct claim about his private life and his demands behind the scenes. At the time, it flew under the radar for most, dismissed as just another line in a rap beef. But now, it's clear 50 Cent wasn't just joking. He was strategically leaking the very premise of the dark story he was about to expose. He was laying the foundation, brick by brick, for a public takedown, waiting for the right moment to reveal that he had the receipts to back it all up. That moment arrived when the story came crashing into the public eye from the one person who allegedly saw it all up close, Busta's own ex-bodyguard, a man known as Big Homie CC. In a bombshell interview, he spoke with a calm, matter-of-fact demeanor that made his claims all the more terrifying. He didn't just share a rumor, he described a routine, an open secret in the nightlife industry. He claimed that for years it was common knowledge among club promoters that booking Busta Rhymes came with an unspoken, non-negotiable rule. His VIP section had to be well-stocked with what they chillingly refer to as fun boys. Big Homie then recounted one specific night, painting a vivid and disturbing picture. Imagine the scene. A high-end club, the velvet ropes separating the stars from the crowd, and Busta Rhymes holding court in his exclusive section. The bodyguard was there with a group that included an openly gay man. The moment Busta laid eyes on him from across the room, he allegedly turned and declared, "Ooh, he's cute. I want him." What followed was a pure display of power. Busta didn't send a message. He had the man physically pulled from his friends, brought past the velvet rope, and tucked away into a corner of his VIP section. Big Homie watched in disbelief as Busta kept the man there for the entire night, like a prize he had just won. He was allegedly walled off by other security, completely isolated from his friends and unable to leave. According to the bodyguard, the man himself seemed starstruck and happy, but the act itself was one of total control and entitlement. And this, he stressed, was not a one-time thing. It was just another night at the office. This wasn't just a claim about sexuality, it was a story about power, possession, and a system designed to cater to a star's every alleged whim, no matter how dark. If it were just one disgruntled bodyguard story, it could perhaps be dismissed as a personal grudge. But soon, other voices began to emerge from the woodwork, telling stories with an eerily similar theme, each one adding another layer to the emerging pattern of predatory behavior. One of the most detailed accounts came from social media personality Trip Ollie. His story sounds like a scene from a movie. Imagine it. It's Halloween weekend in New York City. The streets are electric, filled with chaos, costumes, and energy. You're a young man, a fan of hip-hop, just trying to get to a party with your friends. Suddenly, out of the crowd, a superstar appears. Trip Ollie says Busta Rhymes himself, a giant and a man, walked right up and grabbed his hand. He remembers being blinded by Busta's massive diamond-encrusted flip mode chain. Busta was friendly, charming, and personally invited him to come party in his VIP section. In that moment, Trip was completely starstruck. Who wouldn't be? But his friend, standing beside him, immediately saw a dozen red flags. He began arguing with Trip, viscerally warning him that it was a bad idea and that he shouldn't go. The friend's gut reaction was so strong, so insistent, that the argument escalated into a full-blown physical fight between the two of them, right there on the sidewalk. The altercation shattered the surreal moment, and Trip was forced to abandon the plan. His friend's intuition, that powerful sense that something was deeply wrong with the invitation, was so powerful it led to blows. It speaks volumes about the danger he perceived. This account was crucial because it suggested Busta wasn't just passively waiting for fun boys to be delivered to his section. He was allegedly on the hunt himself, using his fame as a lure on the streets of New York. When you take these unsettling claims about Busta's private life and place them alongside his public behavior, another part of his past suddenly clicks into place. His long and well-documented history of explosive, uncontainable rage. This isn't just about a celebrity having a short temper. It's a series of disturbing legal incidents that show a man who flies off the handle when he feels even slightly disrespected or fears losing control. And each incident is a mini story of its own. Think about the time in 2009 when he was forced to pay a fan $75,000. This wasn't a backstage brawl. The fan's only crime was trying to leave Busta's concert a few minutes early. Busta allegedly stopped the entire show, put the stage spotlight directly on the man to humiliate him in front of the crowd, and screamed into the microphone, "Get down, I'm not good enough for you." He then allegedly threw water bottles before having his security team physically attack the man. Consider the sheer narcissistic fury required for such a reaction. Then there was his 2007 arrest for the alleged assault of his own driver, a man who was simply trying to collect the money he was owed for his work. And perhaps most bizarrely, there was the 2006 incident where a routine traffic stop led to prosecutors pursuing a weapons charge after a massive machete was allegedly found hidden in his vehicle. Why does a multimillionaire superstar need a machete in his car? Taken individually, these are ugly celebrity scandals, but viewed together, they form a chilling psychological profile. a man obsessed with dominance who cannot tolerate anyone leaving his presence or challenging his authority, and who allegedly reacts with disproportionate violence when they do. It's the exact same pattern of control described in the VIP section, now manifesting as physical rage in the outside world. All of these threads, the rumors, the eyewitnesses, the pattern of volatility, lead directly back to the man at the center of the entire industry's current storm, Sean Diddy Combs. Busta and Diddy aren't just industry acquaintances who occasionally appear on the same track. They are close friends whose careers and lives have been intertwined for nearly 3 decades. So when the horrifying allegations in Cassie's lawsuit first broke, the world watched to see how Diddy's loyal inner circle would react. Busta Rhymes was one of the first to speak out, but he didn't condemn the horrific alleged abuse. Instead, he took to the media to preach caution, telling everyone to hold back judgment and not jump to conclusions. It was a stunning defense of a man accused of unspeakable acts. But now, after the federal raids, the mounting lawsuits, and the release of the video showing Diddy assaulting Cassie in a hotel hallway, Busta Rhymes has gone completely and utterly silent. A man famous for his boisterous personality, a man who has a loud opinion on everything, suddenly has nothing to say about the downfall of his friend of 30 years. Why the deafening silence? Is it because he knows that a federal investigation into Diddy's alleged activities could easily spread like a cancer to his closest and most loyal associates? The dramatic shift from outspoken defender to silent bystander is profoundly suspicious. Adding another layer is the infamous wildcard, Orlando Brown. While many write him off, he has been disturbingly consistent in his claims, naming Busta Rhymes alongside Diddy as part of the same dark ecosystem. And you can be sure that 50 Cent has noticed every single piece of this puzzle. This is where the final act of this long-brewing drama begins. 50 Cent is not just another rapper. He is the curator of consequences, the grim reaper of hip-hop's secrets. For years, he was one of the only major figures to publicly call out the creepiness of Diddy's parties. He famously avoided them, watching from the sidelines and collecting receipts while others walked blindly into the web. His hands are clean, giving him the credibility and moral high ground to execute this industry-wide purge. His documentary isn't some low-budget YouTube expose. It's a high-profile Netflix production helmed by an Emmy Award-winning director. It is being prepared as a professional surgical strike on a corrupt system. And now, sources claim that Busta Rhymes, in a state of sheer panic, has been trying to threaten and intimidate 50 Cent to keep his name out of the final cut. This is, without a doubt, the worst strategic move imaginable. Threatening 50 is like personally handing him a megaphone and a spotlight. It validates every suspicion and confirms to 50 that he has hit a nerve worth exposing completely. Any attempt to silence him has almost certainly guaranteed Busta a main feature in the film, likely now with even more evidence to back it up. 50 is relentless. He never bluffs, and he's about to blow the lid off a generation of secrets. As we await the release of this industry-shattering documentary, the story is no longer just about wild parties or celebrity beef. It's about accountability, power, and the dark secrets that have been protected by fame and a code of silence for far too long. Busta Rhymes' apparent panic might just be the first visible crack in a dam that is about to break wide open, unleashing a flood that could wash away legacies and reshape the entire music world. The real question isn't just what 50 Cent has on Busta Rhymes. It's about how many other giants of the industry are currently holding their breath, staring at their phones, and wondering if they're the next name to be exposed in a scandal that will redefine everything we thought we knew about our idols. The fallout is coming, and it's clear that no one is safe.